right, 7 o'clock. Call the meeting to order. Roll call and declaration of quorum.
Dr. Matusik.
Here.
Mr. Simrod.
Here.
Mr. Lau.
Present.
Mrs. Charmison. Here. Mr. Painter.
Here.
Okay. As always, welcome to Barb and Jack, our only two visitors this evening. Agenda item 2, public comments. I don't believe there are any for 2.1 or 2.2. So we'll quickly go to the consent agenda. Would anyone like to pull an agenda item from the consent agenda for further discussion or clarification? Okay, seeing none, I'll make a motion to approve the consent agenda.
Second.
Dr. Matusik.
Yes.
Mr. Simrod.
Yes.
Mr. Lau.
Aye.
Mrs. Charmison.
Yes.
Mr. Painter.
Yes.
Okay, proceeding to regular business. Agenda item 4.1, discussion and possible board action regarding a resolution calling for the annual school election to be held on February 10th, 2026, with a runoff, if required, to be held on April 7th, 2026. The election shall be for the purpose of electing one member of the Hennessey Board of Education, office number 1, a 5-year term. I'll make a motion to approve.
Second.
Dr. Matusik.
Yes.
Mr. Simrod.
Yes.
Mr. Lau.
Aye.
Mrs. Charmison.
Yes.
Mr. Painter.
Yes.
Agenda item 4.2, discussion and possible board action regarding the schedule of regular board meetings for the calendar year 2026.
Those dates and times are aligned with what we did this year. I didn't see any changes, and so if everything's good for you guys, and that's the calendar that I'd recommend to the board.
Any discussion? Seeing none, I'll make a motion to approve agenda item 4.2, the calendar as presented.
Second.
Dr. Matusik.
Yes.
Mr. Simrod.
Yes.
Mr. Lau.
Aye.
Mrs. Charmison.
Yes.
Mr. Painter.
Yes.
Agenda item 4.3, discussion and possible board action regarding changes to the following board policies. Item, I'll let you speak on those.
Okay. Each year, as we go through our accreditation checklist, and I applaud Timberly for doing that, but that list just keeps getting longer and longer. So this year, one of the things, that item 534, the student code of conduct, you actually had approved that in the student handbook. We just didn't have it in board policy, so it's the reason we have to have it in board policy. And then the item 1401, that it is highlighted in the very first paragraph. We had to eliminate first couple sentences and then add to our non-discrimination policy and clean it up. So it's just housekeeping policies. So I'd recommend as presented.
So moved.
Second.
Dr. Matusik.
Yes.
Mr. Simrod.
Yes.
Mr. Lau.
Aye.
Mrs. Charmison.
Yes.
Mr. Painter.
Yes.
Any new business?
No new business.
Okay. Agenda item 6, superintendent's report.
So a couple things, the Oklahoma Local Food to Schools grant, applaud Francis Streck for applying for this. This is a $25,000 grant that we received this year. With that, Swisher Meats out of Dover was the winning bid. We're gonna get a little over 2,700 pounds of hamburger. He's gonna deliver it a couple times just because we don't have the freezer space for it. So he'll just pay him as it gets delivered. So nothing special with that as far as recipes or anything, just blend it into our regular meals and have fresh beef. So that's a great deal, and encourage anybody else interested in doing so. And then the other thing is the Oklahoma State School Boards Association Policy Service. For years, Ms. Walta did a wonderful job of reviewing our local policies. And right now, we don't have that luxury. She did it, helped the school out very much with her low cost. And right now, when we get policies, we get we get a few from them each year, but it's minimal, 12 a year, something like that. It's very
Yeah,
minimal,
something like that.
and it's, I'll bring them to you each year. But anyway, what I would like to visit with the board about is completely going to the OSSBA's policy book. And it is, anything you possibly talk about is its own separate policy. Ours, is 413, 412, so on and so forth. But it's just all on the same page. These are all reviewed. There are the discretionary policies. There's a couple subscription services you can get with them. But it ranges from $3,000 to $7,500. But like they will go through all of our, what I've called our discretionary policies, what fit for us that we don't necessarily have to have in by statute. And then they'll also review any of the ones for statute. And this will get us up to, I think, accreditation. This is the first school I've been at that has not had the OSSBA policy services. But pretty much anybody that I've talked to, they have the vast majority, and Center of Ed Law is the other one. But just because we're already have used OSSBA, and I know Center of Ed Law is very good as well, but I would just recommend looking at going to one subscription service, and then that way it's just automatic every year. So, would like your thoughts on that.
So if some of our policies are not, or if some of our policies are different from the OSSA's policies or state school board policies, we can adapt those into
We can cross-reference,
okay.
or even like our discretionary policies, they may say, you can't do that anymore. Yeah. and
After
that-
they review.
After they review, they'll review those, and then also the ones that, by law that we have to have, they'll make sure that our wording is correct. And, I have done that as we get them or as new laws come in. But to be honest, if it hasn't changed in the last 5 years or since I've been here, we probably have a lot of policies and procedures that probably are not up to date. And we're trying to do things right. And, and we think we are, but we may not be going back and looking at the policy itself of saying, hey, actually, this is what, even though we were doing it, it may say something different. That wouldn't surprise me a bit if the things that you deal with 90% of the time, it's probably 10% of the policies. So we know we're good on those, but if something obscure come about, we'd be like, wow, this is something completely different. We haven't faced that in 5 years,
So it's not necessarily adapting their policies, it's a review of our policies, and then for them to offer their opinion on things that we should consider changing, is it?
Yes, that is correct.
Okay.
And then making sure that the ones by law or by statute are caught up to speed as well.
So we would be paying for their service in doing that,
That is
not
correct.
necessarily for their policies.
Well, we would get their policies as well. We would transfer over to policy book, and then we would go through it here. And, okay,
Right.
this is our policy on non-discrimination, let's check it compared. And now we did do that one already.
Right.
So, but any other one that would come up, we would just go through our whole policy book compared to theirs and say, we don't even have this one, or, whatever it may be. And then bring that whole book to you, or as we make changes. And it's a lengthy process, obviously. Yeah, it's a timely process,
So the dollar, you mentioned 3,000 to 7,500, is that, do you pick a level that you want?
You
Or does it
do.
depend on how much you use it?
You do pick a level, and that's where we would send them a copy of our policy book, and as they begin to review it, they would say, based on what we've seen so far, you are gonna be able to get by with this one, or you guys are gonna have to do this one.
Okay.
But I think it would definitely be something that would help protect future administration, future boards down the road.
So that's not necessarily anything we have to vote on, that's just,
No, I just wanted to make
Yeah.
sure there was not any, just adamant no that you didn't want to do that and we wanted to stay with ours or anything.
well, I think it would be a good idea to know if we need improvement or changes that
Yeah,
could definitely serve us well.
protect the district down the road for future
Yeah.
endeavors, absolutely.
Should we get with Mr. Simrod and get some competitive bidding? See if he wants to review hours and hours of books, policies.
And that's all I have.
Okay, yeah,
If no other questions
you.
on that.
yeah. Thank you, Mr. Sternberger. All All right. Let me get back here. Okay. Agenda item 7, adjournment.
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
I'll second.
Dr. Matusek?
Yes.
Mr. Simrod?
Yes.
Mr. Lau?
Aye.
Mrs. Charmison?
Yes.
Mr. Painter?
Yes.